is Virginia Rowan Smith, and actually I go by Ginny Smith, so all my friends call me Ginny Smith. I work for Inductotherm Corp in Rancocas, New Jersey, where I'm the chairman. In that role, I'm involved with all of the people here in Rancocas and the other melting aspects of the business. The company makes manufacturing equipment for melting and heating and welding and other treatments of metals and metal processes. What I do here actually is very difficult to explain because I wear many hats in the organization. You're always on call, always ready to answer a problem, whether it's from Brazil or England or the air conditioning unit here in the building, or all kinds of things come my way. I think the advice I would give to young girls going into the business world, especially at the age of Girl Scouts, is to really do what the Girl Scouts pledge to do. Be prepared. When you say you're going to do something, be sure you follow through. It is absolutely critical. Being responsible, having a good reputation, taking responsibility, taking ownership for a problem. I remember when my one child was very, very small, and he was, I think, 2.5. He stood up and crashed his little head into the underside of the table where they were playing. And the woman in the house where I visited started spanking the table, no less. And I went over and said, "Oh, don't be silly," and pulled little Jamie out and said, "You stood up and banged your head on the table." And he said, "Yes, I banged my head." So I guess I'm saying, take responsibility for what you do. I also gave them advice about table manners. And when they say, "Oh, Mom, for heaven's sakes," I would say, "No, in case you get invited to see the Queen of England, I want you to use the right fork or spoon and hold your silverware properly." My children are terrific. I'm very proud of both of them. I am married to Manning J. Smith III. We've been married for 35 years. We met in San Francisco and found we were both from the Philadelphia area. We have many interests. My husband is actually quite a gardener as well as a businessman, and I'm more of a gardener's assistant. In the last 10 years, actually 20 years, I have become so involved in the community, but in ways I didn't quite expect. One of them is on the board of trustees at Rowan University. I'm also on a board for the Abraham Lincoln Foundation over at the Union League in Philadelphia, specifically because the Abraham Lincoln Foundation has charge of several areas, and one of them is a magnificent art collection. I'm also a member of the Lake George Land Conservancy, where I'm very involved in helping raise money for that so they can purchase land and keep the lake as pristine as possible. And it's still drinking water, and that's another one of our goals, to keep it drinking water. The other organization that I'm involved with and am very happy to be is Doan Academy over in Burlington. I find that that kind of community involvement, primarily education and the betterment of younger people, is what I have done the most. I think the most important attribute in mentoring girls is talking to girls on their level so that they are comfortable. To talk about my mistakes, to give examples. "Oh, back when I was your age, this is what I did. Can you believe it? Oh my." I think we're all strongly influenced by our families. And in my situation, as you can imagine, being the daughter of Henry Rowan, certainly my father and mother, but my father had a tremendous influence on the kind of person I am. My grandmother, who was his mother, spent a lot of time with her as well, and she was the same. You wanted to do the best you could and show that you were the best that you could be. I also would like to give credit as a role model to my mother, Betty Rowan, who was not only a Girl Scout leader, but eventually a teacher, trainer of Girl Scout leaders in this area. Girl Scouting molds your character. You come into an organization where you're learning to deal with people at a fairly young age, if you start as young as I did in the Brownies, and there are others that start earlier than that. And so at a young age, you're learning how to do a job, take ownership for it, be responsible, have it approved by some higher supervisor, and then, after you've done all of that, then you're given an award. And I think that's what life's all about, is working hard to do your best, follow the rules, learn as much as you can about a subject, master it, at least at your age level, and then you're given an award. I think that's very special.